Hello friends, welcome back to okayazure. In this video we'll talk about Azure pricing calculator. And the reason why I'm making this video is that I just want to help people who are preparing for Azure 900 or Azure fundamentals. And this video will also help you in calculating the estimated price of Azure service. So just by using Azure pricing calculator, you can estimate the price of any resource provided by Azure. All right. So that being said, let's begin the video. So this is how the Azure pricing calculator website looks like. Here is the URL. On the left hand side, you will see different options like compute, networking, storage, web, mobile, containers and all. If you click on any of these, you will see the sub options. Like for example, if you select compute, you will see virtual machines, storage account, Azure SQL database, app service, Cosmos DB and all. Similarly, you can go ahead and click on data storage, then you will see the other options or containers or on database. So now what I will do is I will take you to this particular URL. I'll copy the URL in the description box, or you can just Google it. Just go to the google.com and type Azure pricing calculator. You will end up here only. All right. So now what I will do is I will simply copy this URL and open in my browsers tab. All right, guys. So here we are. Now, as I told you earlier, in the left hand side, you have the different options, or you can see the categories of the services provided by Azure, like compute, networking, storage, and all. The list is long, right? So if I click on compute, I'm already here, so I have different options. Just say for the example sake that you want to find out how much Azure a virtual machine can cost. So what you can do is let's go and click on virtual machine. Let's go down, or you can click on view as well. So the first option is resin. So you can just go ahead and select which is close to you. Let me go and pick East US. Next option, operating system, Linux or Windows. Let's go with Windows. Type, either you can go ahead and select OS only, or if you want server also, but for now I'll just keep OS only. And tier, if you see, we have three options: basic and low priority is for your development level machine, and standard for your production ready machine. Now instances, you can see there are so many options available, and you can also see the price. So if you see here instance type, then you have number of virtual CPU cores, you have RAM and temporary memory, storage, and then hourly price. So here you can just go ahead and select as per your need, but for this example I'll go ahead and pick this one, D3, 4 cores, 14 GB of the memory. Okay, one virtual machine for 730 hours. Now let's go and add one managed disk. It will just cost me $1.54 $1.54 for a month, which is very less. Transaction, it is very less, 0.0005 for a for 400 transactions, sorry, right? So if I go down and see the price, it comes to $410 for a month. Now you also need a support because you are running a business, so you need a support. If you see, we have three options: developer, standard, and professional direct. Developer level support is just like for your development team, for your developers help. Standard, which is most of the business, go ahead and choose this one. If I select the developer ones, I have to pay very less, which is $30 only, but there are some limitations with this particular plan. If I have to go with the standard one, I have to pay $100. And there is one more called professional direct, and this particular plan is for the business owners who are running mission critical business or websites, or like time sensitive business they have. So they have to pay $1,000 for this particular plan, Pro Direct. But let me just go ahead and select standard. So we just need to pay $100 for a month for this particular plan. If you see here under programs and offers, which is the next section, if I click on this particular, okay, there is no other option. But if you go and select, sometimes you will see two other options, EA and MCA. But for now, let's go with this particular one, Microsoft Online Service Agreements. Okay, so if I have, now I can see that the monthly price for a production ready virtual machine is $510 for a month, right? Okay, now let's go back. Now I will give you some tips to save money, how and where you can save money. So the very first example, if operating system is not your requirement, then just go ahead and simply opt Linux, because for Windows you are paying license cost, which is $1.83.96 per month. So let me go ahead and select Linux. Now you can see the license cost. If I come down, the price is close to 326, right? So basically, if you go ahead and select Linux operating system, you will save your money on the license, right? Now, second, where you can save, if you see here, I have opted 4 cores, 14 GB RAM, and 200 GB of the memory. So this particular instance, right? But I know that I just need this much of highly configured machine once in a month or twice in a month, or maybe for example once in a week, right? So in that case, what Azure suggests that you just go ahead and select your VM size to support your day-to-day business. Whenever you need high computing power, just go ahead and use virtual machine scale set. All right. Now, for example, if I go ahead and choose the size, let me just go and select D2, 2 core, 7G and 100 GB of the temporary storage is good enough for my day-to-day business. So now you will see the change in the price as well. So the price is now just $214 a month, right? Other options, you can also save on the subscription type here. If I go and reserve my instance for 1 year, I'll save 47%. So if I select this one, so you will see the price is just half, $49. Earlier it was 112. If I reserve the instance or virtual machine for a year, I will save half of the money. And if I reserve the instance for 3 years, I will save 66%. So I just have to pay $32 for a month for the machine. So now if I go down, I'll just see 139.73 for a month. That's it, nothing else. And you can also save money by selecting your plan wisely, your support plan. If you are not running a mission critical application or a business, you can go ahead and select developer level support. In that case, you just need to pay $30 for a month, and it will bring down your cost, your monthly budget, monthly price to $68.73. That's it. Right now, so this is how you can go ahead and select a virtual machine. For example, let me quickly show you how you can just go ahead and check for a storage account, because just having a virtual machine won't be sufficient, right? You also need a storage. So let's see. So if I go down storage, again I have to choose the location, blob storage. There are other options, but I'll go with the first one. Performance tier, let's go with the standard. General purpose v2 and LRS hot. Okay, so here if you see, we have three options: hot, cool, and archive. So this hot is like for your day-to-day business, and if you don't use your data regularly, just go ahead and select cool. And if you want your storage for a backup purpose, go ahead and select archive. But let's go with the hot. And for pay as you go option, you just need to pay $20 for the storage account, for the storage. If you want to save money, you can go ahead and reserve the instance for 1 year or for 3 years, you will save money. Another option, okay, let me just go down. So if you see here, we are paying $21, right? And for virtual machine, it was close to $39. And then we have support plan here also. Dollar it comes for a virtual machine, and for database it comes $90 for a month. Now you can also save money by wisely selecting the write operations or the read operations, because anyways you have to pay for these. If you see here, let me just give an example here. For example, if I have to go and select archive. Now for archive, here the read operation, it costs $5 per 10,000. And if you need an archive high priority read, it costs $50 for 10,000 transactions, right? So you just have to decide, you just need to think about your requirement, and then you need to go ahead and select the access tier, hot, cool, or archive. And depending on your requirement, you have to choose wisely the number of transactions, because anyways you're paying for each single transaction here, so you can save money on that too. All right. Now the other benefit of using Azure price calculator is that you can save your estimates for so that you can come back later and then you can revisit. You can export. You click here, it will export your estimation in Excel sheet, or you can share with your teammates or with your supervisor or with your business partner, with anybody else. Now, I hope that you can simply visit this particular URL and try out these options yourself so you will get to know more. One last tip to save money on the development level virtual machine, what you can do is you simply go ahead and select this particular option called show dev test pricing. This is not recommended for a production level virtual machine, but if you are looking for a developer level virtual machine, simply go ahead and select this particular option. You will see a huge drop in the price. Right? Thank you for watching. Bye for now.